Hi everyone. Ever since I have announced this series of NavDurga, 9 interviews with 9 powerful women, messages have been pouring in. Everybody is excited and anxious. What is it that we are going to do in this? And I just hope your faith in us is proved through this series of interviews. The first topic that I wanted to deal was business networking, specifically for your professional growth. It can be in your corporate ladder of success or be it in your entrepreneurial journey. Very little is actually shared in online or offline workshops, the content that is available. I checked it all. This particular problem is least discussed, and that's the reason I wanted to take it as the first challenge in this NavDurga series. When I say business networking, what is it that I'm referring to is the proactive business connection that you make, which is mutually beneficial for your business growth, for your increasing your client base, for increasing your profits, or for having your mentor, for having your buddies, or for having your knowledge partners, or just to feel powerful and resourceful. For that reason, when you network, that's called business networking. And how do you do it? By attending conferences maybe, or maybe making your way to different networking forums, or waiting post working hours in your office, or having dinners, or maybe by playing golf. When I was saying all of this, I know you were only imagining men, or mostly men. So is it really a men thing? Exactly. That's what we are going to discuss. So our Durga today is Dr. Aseem Gokarn. It's not one domain. She has 3 domains of expertise: horticulture, architecture and IT. She's done her PhD in urban landscaping, and she's also a consultant in the particular domain. Few projects, if I just may mention, the first kids interactive park has been designed by her. The biggest automobile factory, salute to her, designed by her. And I think the most interesting project that I thought was she's actually come up with Horticulture Training Institute in collaboration with Dutch government. Very recent projects are Raj Bhavan and Anand Van, and she's almost worked in 8 states and 22 cities for her biodiversity projects. Great, isn't it? She keeps writing, her research papers are there in national and international journals, and yes, not yet over. She's written books for agricultural colleges, and they're actually studied. Those are the only books available for them. Isn't it great? That's not all. She's executive director in BNI, Business Networking International, and that's the reason why I thought for discussing this topic, Aseem is the best Durga. Hey Aseem, welcome for this NavDurga series.
Thank you so much, Vasu. I love calling you Vasu. I like the sound of your name, Vasundhara. It's very musical and it's very close to the earth.
Oh my, thanks, you made my day, Aseem. So the first question I wanted to ask was not so formal. When I just discussed with you the series that I'm going to come up with, NavDurga, you had so much of excitement, and imagine your excitement actually shot up my excitement. So I just want to know, and I want you to share with everybody, why was that excitement?
You know, Vasu, I think the topics that you discussed with me the other day, they are practically the need of the hour today. Women, I believe, are very beautiful. Okay, I'm not talking only about the external beauty, but I feel as a persona, women are very beautiful. But the butterfly is very beautiful, but the struggles that the butterfly goes through, to be a butterfly, is what not many people notice. So they don't say that the larva is beautiful, the cocoon is beautiful, right? So only the butterfly is beautiful. So I feel that women as such, they are such amazing power within themselves, right? But the transformation that goes through when you actually see somebody shining, is so much. And what I liked about your entire concept is you're going to pick up those pointers that have not been discussed as yet, And I think there has to be a voice. And I think what better than starting of the new year, like April is and the Women's Day
Financial
is
year.
just
Yeah.
so this is, I think, one of the best celebrations of the International Women's Day that we can do our little contribution towards.
Thank you so much. I think the first question that I want to ask is, what is the general scenario as far as business networking is concerned, be it in corporate or be it in entrepreneurial journey? Why is it that you think women shy away from those proactive measures of connecting with them who matter for their professional success?
So what I basically feel is, within the Indian philosophies, okay, or I may say not only the Indian philosophies, all over the world, women have always been on the back seat, okay. It's the men who go ahead and do the job, and the women are always supporting them from behind.
Right from hunting, we may say.
So right from days gone by.
Correct,
okay. So somewhere it is, we are so intrinsically, we have imbibed that thing within us that we do not come forth as a very forceful being. Okay. Of course, having said that, we have examples of Anandibai, who was a first doctor during that time, Savitribai Phule, who actually started the education movement for women, Sarojini Naidu, who was such an amazing political leader even at those times when there were men around. But they are like, very few examples that we can give. So I basically feel that our minds, even today, we are very progressive. Many mothers, many women in their 30s today are going ahead and working a lot. But when it comes to, when they come back at home, or at the back of the mind, they always have multitasking things going on. They want to look after the little things that are in the house, or it's not required. I mean, men have come forward in many of the houses today, but still. So what I feel is intrinsically, it is so much encoded within us, that many of us are not confident to, step out and fight shoulder to shoulder with with men, sorry. And another thing that I feel is, the kind of cultures that we all come from, okay, and then suddenly trying to somebody who's not everybody's attitudes are the same as yet. The men still have to learn a lot. So a woman, when she goes ahead, they might find her very pushy.
Correct.
And that's not what a woman would like to herself to be known for.
Correct.
I work a lot with the government, and I see such amazing women at the top. And many of the times, people are saying that they are very rude, they are very aggressive. But what I feel is that is how they have to be because of the people around them, right? If somebody is taking that initiative, then she's labeled as. So I think basically all this comes because there has to be a safe platform for the women, to actually feel at home and not feel pressurized not to network.
True.
So she may not actually go and stand with the guys at the nukkad, okay? Or she may, she should not feel that people are being judgmental about her. That is something which is, I think, stopping them from actually embracing what is their right. And if I can talk about this in BNI, it's the platform that we run today, I find something exactly opposite. And when you told me about this, I started thinking, what could be that one reason why people are, why our leadership team today has 30% is of ladies, women entrepreneurs. Why 65% of our directors today are women? Why? So then I feel one reason could be is that it is a very safe surrounding, it's a very safe feeling that you have. You know that nobody is going to be judgmental about you here. you are a businesswoman and you can do what you want to do. That kind of an environment, anywhere, if it is given to women, I think there is nothing that is going to stop them. But that is what an effort has to be made by everyone. It's not only a women thing now to make that
That's
effort to
absolutely
create that kind of
interesting
environment.
input that you gave, Aseem, that BNI is providing that kind of safe environment for women to network. But every woman may not have access to, specifically when they are working in corporates or in other organizations, or they're too small in business. They may not be able to network on certain platforms like BNI or many other which are available. So how do you still propose, or how do you still tell them that there is a way out and there is a way that they need to network? First of all, let's discuss why there is a necessity to network for your professional growth.
So what I feel is, unless you're visible, okay, people would not know who you are and what is it that you do.
Absolutely.
Okay? So your visibility matters. Okay. If you may be credible, but if you're not visible, then your credibility only stays around you. Okay.
You said
so
it.
when we talk about visibility and credibility coming together, it is then and then only that profitability will come to you.
True.
So this VCP process, as we call that in BNI, is so important, and I have seen it through my eyes, that whenever any entrepreneur, not only women, men also, unless and until, and more so for women today, if they are visible and they are credible, then profitability will come, because today everybody wants to go for quality, and I find that women are more sincere. They are extremely sincere at what they do. They have an amazing perseverance. Okay, they are very rigorous, meticulous, and because we have been doing multitasking for so long, though we say nowadays that multitasking is not so very good, but because it has been like within a part of us today, and nurturing, because we womanhood is such that you nurture, right? It may be your own kid, it may be your plant, it may be anything, but you have that feeling of nurturing within you. That empathy, relates, resonates in their work. And today, that is what people need, right? People don't want to talk to something that doesn't have a feeling, right? So I think it's time that women realize this and come out and step out, and the whole world will be there. So I actually see, women with coffee in one hand and confidence in another.
Absolutely, that's great. Two things came in my mind. One is, I think most of the time my observation has been women don't ask. I mean, this can be with many men also, because we believe that if I'm good, the work should just come to me. I have short memory, so that that tom-tom or whatever, that the efforts which are taken for being visible are important, and that is also, I think, part of networking that we talk about. That's one part. Second thing is, they're not sold to this idea that the extra effort is required to bond with them who are not now directly you're reporting to, or who are not directly now the reason for your professional growth. These two things I want you to talk
So
about.
to answer your first,
Anything can happen anywhere is what we keep talking in BNI, is what is not many times known by many.
so to answer your first question, Vasu, you said that women may hesitate to ask. See, Bible में भी लिखा है कि you ask and it will be given to you.
True.
Right? And every institute, every religion, every faith believes that unless you ask for it, nothing will happen. You just say कि there's this famous Shah Rukh Khan dialogue, right? कि इतने शिद्दत से मांगो कि पूरी कायनात आपको वो देगी जो आप चाहते हो. So it is very true that one has to realize the importance of asking. Okay, how to ask, where to ask, comes later. But you must understand that it is not wrong in asking for what you want. No. So, asking is also a part it's a start of networking.
Absolutely.
Actually.
Absolutely.
Okay? And why should we network? It is, we believe in BNI, and I think universally it is said that your network is equal to your net worth.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Many times I come across people who say, women who say that I don't know anybody, but then we make a small exercise and we say, who are the people you're meeting since morning? So right from your neighborhood, your milkman, your laundry, your school, your parents, your teachers, your doctors, the plumber who comes to fix things. So women know a lot of people. Okay, they know a lot of people, but they don't understand their own power that they know all these people, within their sphere. So having a better network is always very helpful, because that network, you never know who is going to be helpful to you when. Today, today's times, as times are changing, I think relationships are the most precious things that matter. And you cannot create a relationship unless and until you can know a person. I mean, okay, you are in an office and, maybe you're in a corporate office where you have 10,000 people working with you, saying hi. And, on this note, I would like to tell you a story. So there was this person, he was a factory manager, a manager kind of a person. And one day when the factory closed, you know the story perhaps?
Nobody.
Okay, so one day when the factory closed, he was not able to go, his parents, his wife and everybody started searching why he has not come home. And they started calling the police and, they started tracking his route and all that. But when this information came to the factory, the watchman over there, he said that sir has not left the factory. And they were wondering how can he be so confident. And he actually went inside. He opened this factory had something to do with cold storage. And when he opened the cold storage door, this fan had slipped and was unconscious. Okay, he would have frozen to death if it was not for that watchman. Now when they asked the watchman that how are you so sure? You know what he said?
So many birds.
He said that sir used to always wish me good morning and good night when he used to go. And today he wished me good morning, but he has not wished me good evening or good night. What does that mean? See, in that process, he had made a relationship with that person. And that person, that little good morning or good evening was also so important for him. That saved his life. But he did not do it with that intention, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, every person you meet today, there is a reason why you meet that person.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
And there is nothing wrong if you show a little bit of kindness. A small word of hello, good morning, smile, it can lead to umpteen conversations. And you don't know when this all thing will just fit into the right place and come back to you.
Absolutely.
So I would really want women to, break this bubble around them and realize that there is absolutely no harm in talking to the person standing next to you. Give it a damn. If there is somebody who's judging you, don't bother about it. Because somewhere in the process you are going to create your own net worth. You are increasing your net worth. And I think today the way technology is coming in and the way things are moving around, you talk about the social network, you talk about social media, we cannot stay back.
I completely agree.
We have such amazing energy, such amazing intellect within us. We need to harness this energy.
Yes.
And show it to them.
All the Durgas are waiting to be unleashed actually. So business networking is actually an opening door for so many opportunities that you're dreaming of, or sometimes you don't even know those opportunities are waiting for you. It's a blind spot for you.
When we shifted here, we didn't know anybody. We just shifted here to actually start the network, BNI network in Navi Mumbai. Okay. And we didn't have any friends, any relations, nothing. Today we have 700 people with us. How did this happen? So, it's actually giving me goosebumps when I think about those days. And
I'll just interrupt. It's not only 700. It's 700 into 700 because every person with his 700 people in his circle is there to help you because of the connections that you have with these 700 people.
And anything that I want today, everybody feels I'm very resourceful. Now, how am I very resourceful? So if I have a birthday in my house, all I need to do is in my network, I have women who make cakes. When COVID set in, we were very scared to buy a cake from outside or buy any food items from outside. But we had these home chefs with whom we had our own network. So we knew the kind of quality that they're using. We could just blindly close our eyes and order for something. We needed to go to a doctor. Beds were not available, but we could just call up a person, and tell him that, we want a bed or there is somebody needing this injection, and that provision was done. We need our tuitions for our kids, or we want to travel somewhere. All we need to do is, maybe call up and say, and then that person will not only arrange the best travel, but he will also see to it that your 2 flights are not missed, you are at the same terminal. All these things really matter when you are traveling. For business, especially as for women entrepreneurship, when you are moving out, there are 10,000 things that are in your head. And when you have such a supporting network who will take care of all this, you become more and more productive.
Absolutely.
And life is short. We need to be maximum
have to expand.
productivity has
Absolutely.
to be there.
Absolutely.
And I think that is the most beautiful thing about creating your own network.
Absolutely.
Because it is always exponential.
So what is your observation, Aseem, this scenario changing for good?
So I must say, I am 200% sure that the scenario is changing.
That's a great
And I
news.
think that's what, and it's a blessing that it is changing, right? So women are now understanding that, more or less they are, that seed is there. Our husbands, our brothers, they have been brought up in such a way that they do realize that it is important for the women to step out and look at to other things also, which is also very important. Though maybe we have to actually focus more on our sons, because they are supposed to handle these women tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So that is the need of the hour. But I feel the scene is definitely changing. Because today women are doing things that we never thought they could do before. Apart from going into space, in army, in navy, going in
You name it and you see it.
everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere. I remember when I first went to take my transport license, I had a transport vehicle because I used to live on the farm. I had a Tata Mobile, and this I'm talking about in 1998. The RTO officer refused to give me a transport license at that time.
Not your woman.
Yeah, because he did not know, he wouldn't know why I need a transport license. But those things have definitely changed today, right? Today, everybody is, even when I went for, whether you can keep your own surname or not, was a question. And there are so many documents that you needed to give. I myself had faced this problem that even after my marriage, they said, give me all your father's documents because your surname is your maternal
Still
surname. It was so foolish at that point of time. But now the things are changing. So women have realized they are falling, they are coming ahead, and they have to adopt technology. I think you cannot do away without adopting technology. You have to be tech savvy. You have to create that relationship with technology today.
Absolutely. I think
because
it's a very, very important point that you make.
Because once you are, you understand how to use technology, you will understand that there are so many forums available for you to explore. Okay, and it's not difficult. You need to get that out of your system. That adopting technology is very difficult. Technology is going to be here. It's going to stay here. It's going to come in each and every field. Right? So we need to evolve like that and use this technology, maybe join a forum, be a part of a forum. Initially, maybe consciously, and then subconsciously, you will be a part of those forums. And you will realize that these forums, where people are on the same wavelength, they're very safe forums. At least about BNI, I can definitely mention it's such a safe forum for women, where women can stay out with their colleagues at 10:30, 11:30 and still know that if something is happening in their house, one call to any BNI member around, he will be there to help them.
I myself have experienced it, and you so feel powerful.
Yes.
You feel so resourceful.
Yes.
And I think people at home also start appreciating, because this way you solve all the problems. So you're in real life Durga, actually solving all the problems.
So I think, what is happiness, Vasu? People say that you do this for happiness, do that for happiness is something which is so intrinsic and which will just happen when all things around you are just set right. So I personally feel that, at least for me, because I'm a part of this forum, I can talk about this forum. I'm sure there may be some other forums like this. But because I have this network of BNI with me today, I am truly very intrinsically happy because my worries are taken care by others.
So,
And that is what is getting the best out of me. And like I said, life happens just once, right? Each one of us is here. I would like to quote something regarding to trees, because I personally, being in this field of urban landscaping and horticulture, I always say that little seeds grow into mighty trees, right? So take those little steps and you will never realize where you have reached and how you have conquered the sky. So I always say, paint the sky the way you want and just make it yours.
that's a wonderful message, Aseem. Thank you so much for making this time available for me. I know how pressed you were for this, for me to have this time. Thank you so much, Aseem.
Thank you so much, Vasu. It's been a great experience being here, and I love everything about you do, and this beautiful topic that you're talking about in the next 9 series that you're going to have. I'm going to go and spread the word. Many of us need to hear this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aseem.
Thanks.